Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. This reading today is going to be a special reading about the Spica Day. And Spica is a part of the constellation Virgo. And the Spica Day is a very special day. It used to be one of the holiest, if not the holiest day of the year, even before Christianity. And it was the day people rested and enjoyed a moment, especially in the countryside. They would go outside for a walk and they would get little branches of specific plants that had a symbolic meaning. And then they would put the branch and that bouquet at home to help them to protect the home, to protect their wealth, their happiness, to bring peace and joy. And I chose 3 different plants to kind of symbolize some of those plants that are in that bouquet. Chamomile here is representing the daisy, actually. So each one of the piles has a different meaning. And chamomile is for health and wealth, and poppy is for love. Wheat is for material things, so material nourishment and abundance. And overall, Spica Day is a day that where you try to get in tune and be grateful for what you have and for what you are also, because it was supposed to be a day where you weren't working, you were relaxing. And so this day is specifically 40 days after Easter. And yeah, we're almost there. So I decided to make this special reading because I can feel like the nature is already expressing the abundance and the beauty that Spica Day tries to celebrate. Okay, so pile number 1, we have Leo, Gemini, Taurus, and Libra. Your card is Chamomile. Representing health and wealth. So for pile number 2, we have Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and Cancer. Your card is Poppy. Representing love. Okay, for pile number 3, we have Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Virgo. Your card is Wheat, representing all things material abundance, and nourishment. So I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile using the card, using your zodiac sign, or just your intuition if you feel like there's more significance in a pile where there's no zodiac that is connected to your particular map. So yeah, I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1, your card is Chamomile. And chamomile is about rest. It's about restoration, regeneration. It's also about having a sanctuary, having a place of calmness within and also without, because this is about inner resources as much as it is about outer resources. Very calm. I love the taste of chamomile. It's so sweet, and it's just so, it's like you're eating a flower. It tastes like honey and pollen, and it's so special. And it's also interesting that chamomile is one of the only plants that you can give to everyone, like every animal, every like even babies, newborn babies. So chamomile is quite special. It's incredibly powerful, although it can be so sweet and mellow. Hmm. Okay, so for health and wealth, pile number 1, the sage. Hmm. Hmm. The singer of initiation. Hmm. Okay. Health and wealth for pile number 1. We have Saturn in Aries with risk. Sun in Sagittarius with enthusiasm. Sun in Pisces with vision. I was thinking about the eyes because of the sage, and the sage also reminds me of Odin, of course, being blind in one eye. Vision. So something about your eyes, maybe. Health and wealth. Moon in Libra with companionship. And Mars in Cancer with quarrel. Okay. I think that it's like, I see where this is going. So it's, I think that if you have any kind of suspicion about something, that I feel like you have seen where it is going to lead you. And I feel like you're very wise to what is happening, and you're not really I feel like you want to take like a calculated risk, or you have taken a calculated risk, and it's like, I know where this is going, I know what I'm doing, because I feel like you have this vision. Health and wealth. So there's a lot to be said here. Knight of Swords. There's a lot to be said, like communication, words, knowledge. Queen of Pentacles. You're very conscious of what you are doing, of what you are directing, how you are directing your life, how you're directing your energy. It might lead you to an agreement or to a place of disagreement or agreement. So maybe you're risking agreeing or disagreeing. There's something here about, I see where this is going, like I know what I have to do. Temperance. And Nine of Pentacles. So I feel I'm trying to understand why this message is coming through regarding health and wealth. So there's something here about your individuality that is kind of risky. Maybe you're doing like this behavior that you have this character trait that people consider risky, or you like risk, you like adrenaline, or you're doing something that people think is risky, but you know it's calculated, you know it's well measured, you know what you're doing, you have a vision, you have a very profound knowledge of what you are doing. So where is this going? The Ace of Wands. Oh. High Priestess. And Four of Pentacles. It's like you showing this firm grasp of something, and it kind of, I feel like you're people are not, they don't understand how much you understand. They don't understand how much you understand. So I feel like this reading is coming to you so that you kind of, you use a very calm energy to assert your position so that you can bond with other people and create like goodwill towards you, and maybe gather people's support for your vision through calmness, through a mellow energy. And also don't forget, the chamomile is for everyone. So even small children, it's like including everything in your vision, like animals, children, older people, you know, healthy people, people with ailments. Chamomile is for everyone. Chamomile is like a universal, unless you're kind of, unless you're allergic to pollen or to plants and to flowers. Some people are, so that might be a different conversation. But there is this universality and this sweet approach, this calm, you know, like a calming balm, like I can feel the texture also of like this softness, feeling softness. Because I feel like in this Coral card, I see that you want, it's like you want to bring this person with you. Not only you want to win the ring for yourself, you want to bring them with you, so that they're coming with you, because they're backing you, they're coming with you because they're also filled with your own enthusiasm for something. It's like very being persuasive, being it's like teaching someone something also. So your communication skills, your awareness of what you are and what you have, um, even your so the way you look, like your appearance, your energy, when you speak, your physicality. There's something here about that. It's very significant. I feel like this reading is coming to you so that you have also more attention to details, so that you're more precise, and you can also use your like your best traits for you, so that you understand what they are, what's going for you, what is advancing your cause, let's say. Because I feel like I say this because I feel like with the sage and the vision, you have a clear direction. You have the vision for the future ahead, and maybe other people, they just don't see it. Nine of Wands. It can feel like a burden. You can feel like you are carrying other people's burden. But the thing is, you're knowledgeable enough to take a calculated risk into uncharted territory. And for other people, it seems like you're going into this nowhere land and this really barren or really hostile environment. But actually, you know a lot. You already know a lot. So you have to be wise also, and calming. You have to calm people so that they listen to you. Two of Wands. I feel like this, so you see he has this scroll, and there's a road, or there's some, like there's a path to walk. There's someone that is opening the possibilities. And I feel like you are the one who is doing that for other people. Page of Swords. I feel like you have to study yourself, and the calm moments, the regeneration, these moments might be also opportunities to work on that, to observe your like other aspects of your being, so that you are more aware of the details of your presence. Knight of Wands. I feel like I'm talking to someone who is like representing a cause, or representing a group of people, or some idea. Like you're the representative of that idea, and you're like the ambassador. So you really have to be very conscious of how you carry yourself. What is the meaning behind your gestures? What is the other person's interpretation? What is the other person's culture? What is behind the other's eyes? Because there's this, like, I will look you in the eye, and I will see what is behind you. I will see what is supporting you. And so maybe you feel like there's a limited amount of time to do this, or there's some limitations to the resources that you have to do what you feel like is important. The Queen of Swords. and the Four of Cups. So you have Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and the King of Cups. Okay, now I see it. I feel like you have, so you have to find people to help you. And maybe you're not seeing them because they're you need to take a break. Maybe you need to take a little bit of a break so that you see who is going with you. Because there are people who want to support you and who also have a lot of knowledge. Two of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like you might think that there's a contradiction in a certain action, that you think, like, if I take this action, there's a contradiction and I'm harming my situation or my stance, I'm harming what I'm defending. But actually, if you're more rational about it, you will see that there's something there. If you're more detached, and also if you're more in tune with your own feelings, and we go back to the beginning of the reading, I feel like there's this moment of calmness, of regeneration, of retreat, that is going to be fundamental for you to understand who to contact, what is the energy of the people you need to bring with you, and maybe resolve a contradiction, like an inner sense of contradiction that you might have, that is possibly blocking a specific action, like taking a phone, getting someone on the phone, or sending an email. There's this block here, and I feel like you need a moment of silence, you need a moment of calmness and of meditation, of rest. But you need to feel the rest. So sometimes we just stop, but there's no deep rest, there's no deep relaxation, and maybe you actually don't feel safe. There's this need to feel safe, for sanctuary, so that the idea emerges. And that idea is who is supporting you, who you need to get on board of this. And because I feel like you're starting a movement, or you're starting something that requires resources, and also new ideas and discussion. Like, there's this need for companionship, there's this need to discuss ideas, to have this social dynamic energy. And you need to see behind other people's eyes. So what I mean by this is to see behind their intention, to see if they say, I have this vision, you need to understand the deeper implications of that vision, so that you can evaluate and see, okay, is this in tune with my own vision? Because there's also something very deep and very wise and very profound about your own wisdom. So health and wealth, this is a bit vague. I understand that, but I feel like I'm talking to people who are starting something, from a leadership position. You need to involve people in your, with your cause, or you need sponsors, or you need to persuade people to be involved in something. So there's the need to rest, the need to ground yourself for a moment and to feel the sanctuary. Oh, I also feel like you can be that sanctuary for other people afterwards. Maybe you need to feel that so that it kind of comes out naturally and people feel the calmness. They feel, because it's a real thing. It's a palpable thing. It's not something that you're speaking about. Like, you imagine like you're very anxious and you're yelling, I'm very calm. It doesn't really sell it, right? You need to embody that completely, and it needs to be, has to be honest, has to be true. You can't really like juggle these things, because it's not persuasive, it's not truthful. It needs to come from a deeper, this deep experience of calmness, of embodying the qualities that you are also nurturing for your vision of the future, embodying them right now. Very interesting. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2. Your card is Puppy. And puppies, they're so special. They're so frail. Like if you take a puppy and you try to like put it in a jar at home, it just doesn't survive. The petals are so thin and fragile, but it's such a powerful plant, and it always comes back every year. The seeds are so small, so tiny, it seems like they just disappear completely, and then they fill the fields like with this bright red for a few days, and they don't last a long time. They're so transient. But there's this like overwhelm when they come out, and it's so beautiful. It's also quite unpredictable, especially where I'm at. Like, I never really understood like where they choose to to appear, because sometimes they are like, they cover a field, and like the next year you only have daisies, and it's hard to find the poppies. So it's such like an elusive creature or entity for me. So poppy is connected to motherhood. It's connected to love in Speak a Day, and it's about that bond. It's also the goddess, so it's a bond that is invisible and that is transcendent and profound, hidden sometimes. It can also be masked by indifference. So maybe there's this how do I say this, like polarity, or this paradoxical way of being that is sometimes very attached, very loving, very powerful and passionate, and other times a little bit like negligent and blasé, or indifferent. So this balance between being very attached to something, but also learning to let it go, learning to let it grow on its own. And there's this wild nature, there's this like wild temperament that is very poppy-like. So for pile number 2. Let's see, what do we have? Okay, Sylvanus, sorry. Sylvanus. And Geo the Slow. Interesting. So right away I feel like this time bending. Like, oh, interesting. Because also the poppy is also associated with anesthesia, of course, because opium. And so kind of being in this state, you know, of kind of unreal. It's not unreal. What I felt like was time bending. And it's almost as if time passing by isn't as significant as you think, or it doesn't mean what you think. So no matter how long it goes, no matter how long it lasts, the truth is always the truth, and it will always be so. The truth has been revealed or is going to be revealed, and time has no, it doesn't affect it. So I'm reminded, and I was reminded of this, so now I understand why. I'm reminded of Interstellar, the movie about well, it's a space movie, but it's about the relationship between a father and a daughter, and that love, the bond, it's unbroken, even after him going into a black hole. And the love was, so it's hard to explain. So their love was the thing, like a technology. So it's almost as if it's something that it bends time and space. So their love created a technology that enabled them to communicate, even being light years away, and him having gone into a black hole. Okay, one more. I feel like this one is here. Moon in Leo with appreciation. Okay. Moon in Aries with protection. Jupiter in Leo with publicity. Mercury in Sagittarius with discovery. Venus in Aquarius with detachment, and Mars in Pisces with escape. Wow, this is really interesting, really powerful energy, because this is love, right? This is connected to something that you went through or that you're going through, related to your heart or to your relationships. I feel like you're kind of taking a massive detour, and because it's like you want your spirit and your heart to be in tune, and because of that purity, because of that truth that is supreme, that is above your own physical existence, because your soul needs to follow that path, your body seems like it's doing like a huge detour, but actually that bending is happening so that you can go straight up, so that you can go straight to God. Okay, I hope that... Let's see what else. This is very powerful thing, because I feel like this is a reading that's about how your heart is leading you to the most truthful and divine concept that you can grasp. And that's why I also talked about Interstellar, because it's like so they managed to create a movie that's it depicted like a possible physical manifestation of our most subjective feelings. But if they're so exalted and so powerful, they become this technology, like time traveling technology. So that's why it feels like you're taking a detour, but the clock time is meaningless here. It's like you're in a different dimension. Discovery, detachment, escape. It's like you're in a parallel dimension. And that's also the poppy, because if you're like under the influence of opium, it's a completely different dimension. And I'm not saying that this is happening to you, and hopefully, because opium is incredibly addictive, and I am not advising anyone to experiment with any kind of substance at all. This is very much a metaphor for spiritual realities. And so I feel like there's this disconnect between the spiritual reality and the heart reality and your physical reality. It's like they're in different planes. Four of Cups. Yes, it's like you're not seeing your heart. It's like your heart is going in a different direction. Two of Pentacles. Keeping busy with the daily chores, or that's interesting. You have the coin with Athena. Athena's owl. Wisdom. The truth. What is the truth? What is your truth? Six of Swords. There's something here about there's something like mind bending, like mind twisting, or having your thoughts not distorted, but like stretched, and your beliefs tested, or Okay, these two. We have the Wheel. The Wheel of Fortune. And the Page of Pentacles. Also in Veritas, also the truth. It's like the truth is changing. The truth is also changing, which is incredible. How is that happening? How is the truth spinning or bending? Maybe because either you or someone else is challenging their beliefs, and because of your connection, because of the love you feel for each other, or the love you felt for each other, because maybe this is was a very like impactful relationship that is like bent. There's discovery, detachment, escape. There's some sort of distance. There's this bending of time. There's distance and bending, and detour and going around. Someone's going around in circles also. Someone's going around in circles. The Nine of Swords. Yeah. Someone is going around in circles and kind of disturbed. Disturbed by I don't know. I think it's like something like being disturbed by public actions. It's like if you have like a public image, or if you have a lot of expectations surrounding your presence, that might be interfering with your true heart, with what you truly want for yourself. There's something here that is disturbing. Okay, just give me a moment. So yeah, very disturbing. We have the devil, and this devil is quite grotesque. And there can be something also making you sick, slowing you down or making you sick. And if this is a substance or something like that, like I can't really advise you at all. This is, you seek help, of course. This is not medical advice, but there might be like some kind of substance interfering with your perception of reality, and that's also creating like splits in your thinking, maybe wastes your time. The Chariot. And Temperance. Chariot and Temperance. Okay. The Moon in Scorpio with power. But this is like a it's something that is I don't think you can fight this. This is the power of love. Like this is the power of destiny. It's something that is in your nature to fulfill. There's this, it's like you thought it was something very small, but actually it's something very powerful. And there's something here that is kind of derailing you from enjoying that power. Is there any advice here? But the thing is, yeah, it doesn't matter. The time doesn't matter. Time doesn't matter. The timing doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to that powerful place, that powerful connection. You're getting there. It's not that it's your right to be there. It's just that it's the truth. And if you seek truth, you will get there eventually. There's no way. There's no way you can miss it. You have the Lovers. So I feel like this is someone who is kind of designed for you, and it doesn't matter what their physical manifestation is. This is the person, this is the power, this is the right path, this is the truth in your heart. It doesn't matter. Time doesn't matter, and also the other person doesn't matter, which is strange. The other person is just a symbol for a much more powerful thing. The Empress. Mother. Abundance. All that is good and plentiful, and all that grows, all that expands and grows. But it comes from a deep place, from a very, like a hidden protected place. Quite raw. Six of Cups. So funny. It's a very this deck has a lot of humor. Okay, these two. Okay, sorry about that. So, Six of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Okay. So I feel like the suffering, the pain, the suffering that came from a heartbreak is giving you the opportunity to find, like through a detour or a time-bending experience, the opportunity to find something even more powerful, something even deeper, something that is truthful, something that is the path to truth. Clarifying the Three of Swords, we have the Hanged Man. Quite a grotesque figure, also like the devil. It seems like you're surrendering a position, or surrendering a memory, or surrendering a stance, on something, but it's like it's the same thing, which is so strange. Three of Pentacles. It feels like you need some kind of work to understand it, some kind of discipline, some kind of there's an effort here, and maybe that's why it seems like time is bending. It seems like things are shifting in another direction when actually they're not. So I feel like there's nothing you can really do here but wait, because waiting is, it's like waiting is not what it seems. And intense focus, knowing and inner knowing of who you are, how your emotional, how does your emotional abundance manifest into the world? How do two hearts become one? It is possible. So it is possible for you to love. It is possible for you to open, but there's this waiting here now. It's like you need to let the universe, let the energies, let the other people, let everything work and everything fit into its rightful place. Let the truth slowly emerge, because although you have seen something about what it can be, you need to let it go and let it happen on its own. And it's a choice of love. It's because you need to see the power of love. You need to see how powerful love can be. You're protected and guided in this endeavor. You are decisive. I feel like you're completely engaged with your heart and with the truth that's in your heart. And don't doubt it. I feel like that's the message here. It's like, don't fall for the appearance of things. Don't think that because they're slow or because they're not manifesting or because you can't really touch them, because you can't really understand what's happening. The inner worlds and the reality of the truth that's in your heart, it's eternal. It's something that is timeless, eternal, and it can bend reality. It can bend time. But in order for it to be natural, and in order for the power to flow freely, to flow naturally, you need to let it go. You need to let it happen, and to it's like you remove your interference. You remove your it's like you even remove your perception of it. So there's something here for this pile that has to do with also practicing a sort of a there's this consciousness exercise, or there's something that you can grasp that makes you see above. It's like you have this wider perspective. Even time expands, so you have the wider understanding of the cycles, of the natural rhythms, and it makes you even more powerful. But it also kind of removes you from it also removes you from a painful situation. It removes you from the need to feel pain. I hope that this is hard to put into words because it's so abstract and it's so it's like a reality that's in a reality, in a reality, in another reality, and you get to see all these spheres and how things are intertwined and influencing each other. But as much as you are conscious of what is happening, you can't really interfere. You can only observe and accept and soak up the wisdom and the truths that are emerging from this life experience. But I feel like for some of you, it's like love is coming back into your life, but it takes time. It's going to take time, and it's going to heal, take that time to heal, take that time to also change your perception of life so much that when it does happen, it seems like it was just a second. It wasn't so, the years go by, or the days or the hours go by, and it also seems to me that I'm talking to people who can be like living in different realities or like parallel worlds or dimensions at the same time, and it's like you're playing like 5 different chess games, and you have all the plays and all the strategies in your mind, and you can see them all, and you can see the people who are playing the game. You have this advanced perception that slows down time somehow. It's maybe you're discovering this power, or maybe it's coming back. Maybe it's something that's cyclical. It's also something that you need to kind of observe, tend to interact with, but at the same time be detached from and let go. And there's this balance between, that mothering, very focused, intense focus, and also like a detachment and not expecting any kind of result, just playing the game. I'm doing my thing. I am playing the game. There are a lot of different rules, and I respect each one of them, each one of the sets of rules, but I'm not too involved with the game, and I don't confuse the game for the truth, because the truth is above all of the moving pieces. It's very abstract, sorry, but it's just what it is. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3. Your card is wheat. And the focus is hard. Okay. So wheat. And you also have the Saint Bridget cross here, which is interesting. Full of blessings. And this card is about prosperity. It's about enjoying your prosperity. It's about having material abundance, harvesting like the fruits of your hard work. So yeah, this is I feel like it's going to be a reading about material things, but this is also like the essence of the spica day, which inspired this reading. So, also as a fun fact, they would say that you should get a small branch of the wheat from the bouquet if you wanted to have protection from thunder. You would burn the little branch so that thunder wouldn't fall on your property or on your house, which is interesting and sweet. Okay. So pile number 3. The Maiden. Beautiful. Sylvanus. And the Guardian at the Gate. Okay. What else do we have for pile number 3? Okay, I think this is enough. We have the Moon in Leo with appreciation, and the cornucopia of abundance. Mars in Capricorn with authority. Mars in Gemini with decision. Moon in Virgo with order. Venus in Taurus with romance. Okay. What is this about? Okay. 7 of Swords. Princess of Cups. Six of Staves. Strength with Oya. Three of Cups. Princess of Staves. So I feel like you're this is a moment of harvest, and I think you're enjoying the fact that you left things open for you. Like you kept your hope, and you kept your innocence, you kept a purity of intent and a truthfulness to yourself and to your objectives, to your sense of accomplishment. Like you know exactly what you want to accomplish. And that's also a great abundance, because it gives you direction, it gives you something to aspire, it gives you also this kind of romantic view of life, but in a good sense, not in like a deluded sense, but more in a sense that it brings kind of it brings poetry and magic, and it creates a story. It's like as if Your life is a story that is being written by a poet, and you are the poet. You are the one who is directing the movie. You are the one who is seeing and deciding and enjoying the patterns and there's this also, it's interesting that there's also this like sensorial or sensual, sorry, sorry for that. There's this sensual or sensory pleasure here. Like you know that you want to enjoy certain things, and maybe you are already enjoying them and you want to continue to enjoy them as a way to discover even further, as a way to advance your perception, as a way to open your senses even more. So if you kind of get used to good food and to pleasurable things in life, and I'm not saying that you're not working and this is not, it requires no effort. Quite the contrary. I feel like you're at this point in your life where you nailed it. You know exactly what makes you happy. You know exactly what you need to be balanced, to be truth to yourself, true to yourself. And I feel like I'm not yet at a point where I can change, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. Like, you're at this point in your life where you have gone through things, and you have gone through enough to know exactly what you want and to know your truth. And you know that by going and chasing this further, you're going to open other doorways and possibilities. And maybe there are also other people who are going to be with you and beside you and help you with this. The Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Interesting. So okay. So this is about the people. The people. It's interesting that in each one of the readings today, there was this paradox. There was this antagonistical, there was this duality, this antagonism or a paradox of sorts, which is interesting. It's not at all the theme of the reading, but there's something in the collective that I think is something, there's an underlying energy here. And I feel like there's this understanding that for one thing to be achieved, another thing needs to die or needs to be cut or needs to end or needs to be kind of starved. And this is going to be like the end result of your decision, because I feel like you're in such a good place. This is not at all the result for you, but it is going to be the result for some people around you. And although you are going to be you're going to benefit from the truth, you're going to benefit from keeping the hope, you're going to benefit from, because maybe people even thought you were kind of childish, like you were infantile, or you were naive by nurturing certain aspects of yourself that were considered a little bit crazy. Like if you have a more like poetic, romantic view of life, I think that people will see that they judged you wrong, and you are going to be perceived as a powerful force. And I think that it is going to feel a little bit bittersweet, because some of these people will support you, but there are also other people who won't. And this is going to be like, there's this fractured state. There's this interesting that you have the thunder here, and I was talking about the thunder. You know, if you have the branch of Spica, you can get the wheat out, like a little piece of wheat, and you burn it so that you're not hit by lightning. And also St. Bridget's is also about protection. St. Bridget's cross, well, that would be, you know, another theme that would take me a long time to explore. St. Bridget is such a beautiful, sacred energy. But there's this fracture. And the thunder is a very decisive energy, right? Like Thor has the power of lightning, has the power to break things that are incredibly powerful, like buildings and houses, in half. So there's a lightning coming, but you are protected. But it's going to create a difference between you and those who are not protected. And you are going to also see new things because of this. Like, you're going to have new opportunities coming to you because of this lightning energy. Contemplation with Chang O. Temptation with Niai Loro Kidu. And the Ace of Pentacles. We also have these two 10 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. There you go. You know, you have that great happiness, but also this great sadness. It's going to be bittersweet. There's no way like you can have one without the other here. That's what I'm seeing. And I hope this is not at all discouraging, because it's a really positive reading. It's such a beautiful, I feel like you can be, if you're not right now, there's this potential for you to be in such a good place, such a happy place, and feel like you are achieving, you are accomplishing, you are following your truth. There's a great power here. You have also the potential to be in a leadership position, in an authority position. You are certainly going to be in a position where you can decide what is best, where you can decide what is going where. It still is, there's still magic, and there's still like a dream-like quality to your accomplishments. So they're material, but they're also spiritual and emotionally pure for you. But I feel like yeah. The bittersweetness here is that I feel like there's this powerful intervention that's an outside force, an outside power, like a natural thing even, that is going to split reality, or that's going to create this duality. And although you'll be able to do things on your own and you'll be empowered, you'll be guided to protection, I think you'll also be something interesting here. It's like you're being allowed to tap into your skills and your even your past accomplishments are really going to help you. There's something here about like past work, like cumulative effort, harvesting the fruits of your labor, and being able to do so like quite on your own. Like, I can do whatever I decide is best for me. There's going to be this split in reality, or in the story, that is going to set you apart, and it's going to possibly restrict. There's some sort of restriction for other people that is it's also quite painful for you somehow. Maybe it's just even seeing like your fellow human being, like your fellow human suffering somehow, or seeing someone else that you're acquainted, or that it's someone in your family or someone close to you suffering, and I feel like you're not even if you want to intervene, I don't think you'll be successful. Prince of Cups. And the Queen of Staves. And you also had, yeah, the Princess. So the Page. It's like, as much as you deeply feel, as much as you're deeply empathic with other people, or with their suffering, or with what they are going through, it's their own path, and it's like they're the star in their own movie, and there's this split in reality. It's like these two stories are really not really matching, but there's a part of you that's kind of that understands what's on the other side of that, veil, what's on the other side of that that story, because it's not exactly the same story, but there's something in common. There's something here that connects you. Two of Swords. I also think that this connection exists because you haven't seen something. This connection exists because you haven't seen something. Nine of Pentacles. There's something here about managing resources that you haven't seen. And this is what connects you to this other story. It's a little bit complex. But maybe this is also why there's this energy that is kind of not splitting, that is restrictive. You feel the restriction there because there's something that you're unaware of about some sort of resource management, and I can't really understand what it can be. I don't know. But there's something that you can see, you can touch, you can move around. There's something that you can change so that maybe this pain isn't as sharp or isn't as relevant, it doesn't take center stage in your life, and is not as influential. Because although there is this need to retreat here with the contemplation, there's this need to, be your own, be on your own, be independent, or create your own reality, create your own dream, even your own building. There's something here. There's this need here. But there's also this connection, this need for connection, this need for love, for understanding, empathy, and it creates, it's hard to constantly be connected and trying to feel this empathy and to open our hearts to someone who is constantly in pain or who is going through a painful experience that you can do nothing about. And this connection is only happening because there's something about managing resources that you're unaware of and that you might need to look into. So this is just like a small clue, because this is a reading that's about physical things. It's about things that you can touch or eat or consume, or there's something very material here. So it's interesting that the end of the reading is about something material that you're unaware of, that needs some kind of resolution, clarification, and it's a source of abundance. It can be a source of plentifulness, let's say, and also a good way for you to build what you want to build, to start what you want to start, to do the things you want to do in your own way, and also to open possibilities. I think that there are possibilities here that you aren't really aware of yet, but you're going to. And not engaging too much with this sadness or anxiety is going to help you. It's going to open your heart to other sorry about my voice, it's really strange, sorry. So there might be something that you want to communicate that's emotional in nature, and that can be blocked by this split, by this feeling like bittersweetness, like I'm not sure how to approach this. There's this sadness, but there's also this need for empathy, for connection, and it's quite ambiguous. It's a little bit of a paradox. So you're in a good place, but there's the possibility that other people that affect you might not be in a good place. And if you see how to manage the resources, it will help everyone. It will help you, stay in your own energy, and it will also help you not be affected by any sort of negativity. That's not going to be good for the new opportunities that are going to appear in your life. Like you need a certain kind of, you need more energy and more resources for that goodness and that positivity and that beautiful story that you want to tell, right? This poetic, romantic reality that you want to create. Beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.